This is our weekly look at everything coming out for the Nintendo Switch in a given week. This is for August the 20th through 27th. There are 20th through 27th. I have 20 on the brain now. There are 15 new games coming out. I figured what we would do is we'll take a look at, basically what each game has to offer here, very similar to what I've done in the can show. And if there is no video available in the eShop, we'd actually bring in YouTube and see if we can't find out some more there. Don't forget, if this is your first time here, I do want to say welcome to each and every one of you. Make sure that you go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That way you are kept up to date when we do go live, when we have new and interesting stuff out there. And generally, if you want to just come and hang out and see what we're doing. So we are going to get started here with All-Star Fruit Racing. This comes out tomorrow on the 21st. Hey, Chit-Chat. Get Morpheus lost so we can kick some butt. I haven't gotten there yet. So All-Star Fruit Racing, let's take a look at this. At least from the intro here, it kind of reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph. Let me know if the volumes need to come up or down. I'll make any change that we need. Very Mario Kart to start with here. 20 different tracks. It's a good amount of tracks. Different skills, something or other. Said you can upgrade your cart. I mean, this looks like your basic, straightforward kart racing game to 4 players. Interesting perspective that you're actually first person versus third person. Yeah, this definitely reminds me of Princess Vanilla. Is that her name? Wreck-It Ralph. The kart racing and everything that she went through there. Looks like a ton of unlockables. So let's see here. This is $35.99, so not a cheap game. 180 Nintendo eShop points or coins, and you can jump into a bumper career mode. There's a bunch of different modes. And my TV just went out, so we'll see here. We've got storms coming in, so let me know if I'm still online here or not, guys. Otherwise, we will reconnect. Just had a big lightning strike nearby, so I'm going to check my phone real quick. I apologize for that. See if we're still up and online. TV just went out, so we'll see here. We've got storms coming in. So. Okay, everything looks good here on my end, so we're going to keep going here. Again, sorry, we've got some thunderstorms rolling through the area, and I lost my lights and a couple other things for a moment here, and there you can kind of hear it maybe in the background. Let's see, there's 21 different courses to go through 5 different worlds. That's kind of cool. Bruise your foes or their egos by unleashing devastating fruit-based moves with the innovative Juice Your Power-Up system. Take on friends and family. You can customize your cart 1 to 4 player. Doesn't say anything about online. And at $35, music is way too loud. We'll bump that down. No worries about that. A little bit of an expensive game. I would bet that this should, well, I wouldn't bet, but it should have a physical release if this is what we're looking at, and that comes out tomorrow on the 21st. Out of the Box comes out on the 22nd. This is $14.99, and looks very Family Guy animation-wise. Let's take a look down in the more info section. 1 player. It is an adventure strategy game. And in this time management thriller, you will be Warren Baker, the new bouncer of the prestigious club, The Box. After spending 3 years in jail, you just want to live an honest life and recover your daughter. However, the quirky clients of The Box will drive you closer to your turbulent past, involving you in a gangster scheme that threatens to destroy everything. Okay. So let's do this again, because there is... Now my volume is too low. I have my volume as high I can get it, Geo, so... not much I can do about that. let's just go here real quick. Properties. See if we can't raise that up anymore. Yeah, I'm seeing I'm not even coming close to clipping, so testing things out. And part of it could be just the mic that I have. Let's try one other thing real quick here. Nope, that muted it, so that's not a good thing. Device properties. Sorry about this, and we will increase the volume here if we can. That's about as loud as we're going to get it, so I guess I'll just have to speak up is all. So we'll make sure that we do that. And then what we're going to do, too, is we're going to check out and see if we can't find this video for this game itself on YouTube. We'll talk about it a little bit. This is out of the box again. So we will go to the tube of views. I hope everybody's having a good night out there. I think I may have ruined an NES top loader myself. So out of the box. Maybe I should put Nintendo Switch out of the box. No, because out of the box is getting me unboxings. Out of the box gameplay. How about that? Or out of the box trailer. Because I like to use the actual... Here we go. Let's see if we can't get this into OBS here. It's kind of a work in progress. This real quick. We need to add a layer here. Let's see, browser source. And nope, that's not what I want. I want window capture. And source. Let's see if we can make this work like we need to. If not, it may not work at all. Let's see here. Window capture. Yep, doesn't look like that's going to work like I need it to. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's see if we hit play, what it does for us here. Yep, it is not working for us. Okay. So we'll mute that for now on there. So out of the box, very cartoony style. Like I say, the animation very much reminds me of like Family Guy. The main thing, it looks like every night among the club's visitors, you'll find undercover cops, annoying celebrities, runaway criminals, or ghosts from your past. As the new gatekeeper of the box, you decide who enters and who doesn't by any means necessary. Be careful, though, because each choice you make can influence the fate of the club and its clients. You also need to keep your salary to avoid being evicted, see your daughter again, and most importantly, to regain control of your life. This is time-based, where you need to race against the clock as you manage the crowd line of the box, where you'll interact with more than 300 unique characters, each one with their own hidden peculiarities that you'll have to discover. As head of security at the box, you'll have to follow the club's rules, which become more complex with every day that passes. Find out who's lying and who's telling the truth, and who knows, you might even have to throw a punch or two. You'll experience different storylines depending on your choices. Will you flirt with the boss's girlfriend? Are you going to work with or against the police? Will you get along with powerful but annoying gangsters? And will you discover the several alternative endings on here? One player, this comes out on the 22nd. Also coming out on the this is actually the 23rd. This is Kero Blaster. It's 10% off. I love when developers do this. Helps kind of get the ball rolling initially here. Normally $9.99, on sale for $8.99. We do have a video. Very 8-bit looks on the graphics. Reminds me a little bit of Dig Dug, except for the fact that you're side-scrolling versus going up and down. Looks like you can upgrade your weapons pretty easily on here. Almost a little bit of Ghosts and Goblins. You get new items. There's a jetpack that looks pretty cool. A little bit of Blaster Master too, perhaps. Yeah, it looks like a really neat-looking side-scrolling shooter on here from Studio Pixel. And this is Kero Blaster. This is, like I say, $8.99. And it is one player, fairly small file size, which, you know, is not real surprising looking at the graphics. So this is coming out on the 23rd. Also on the 23rd is Sky Gambler's Storm Raiders, and this is $9.99, gets you 50 Nintendo eShop coins, and looks to be a classic Warbird-type simulator set in World War II. I really hope that can't be in-game footage. That can be in-game footage, but the previous ones, I mean, that looks like artwork. That doesn't look like rendered graphics. That looks like a rendered graphic to me, however. So they're claiming World War I dogfights. No, that's World War II, because you have a Zero, you have a Spitfire, you have Corsair. Yeah, it's Bentwing Bird. That's a Corsair there on the left. That looks like a Stuka. And maybe a Razorback in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, there's a P-51 in the lower right-hand corner there. This is World War I, not World War II. That's a good shot of the Corsair right there. So a little bit of erroneous information there. And this, you know, look at the title, Epic Scale Historic World War I Dogfights. First sentence of the first paragraph. This is the ultimate World War II air combat game. So just for me, that gives me reason to be a little bit concerned initially, because you can't even get your copyright initially. It claims that it has HDR rendering, 4-time anisotropic filtering, radial blur, heat haze, reflective raindrops, and a whole lot more. 1 to 16 players online. So I wonder if this isn't something that started out its life perhaps as a mobile game and is now a, you know, straight up Switch port. So $9.99 comes out on the 23rd. Also coming out on the 23rd, this is $12.99. This is Fernz Gate, and looks to be very JRPG style, turn-based as well. Fairly large world and map. Let's see what we think of this. Travel to the other side and beyond and find a way back home in a fantasy RPG. After waking in unfamiliar woods, Alex, an ordinary high schooler living an ordinary life, learns he has somehow ended up in Fernland, a world dominated by conflict and destruction, fighting monsters, the ever ominous threat of the Overlord, and a succession of chaotic events as he tries to find his own place in this new world. Alex comes across Lita, a young woman from a peaceful world just like his. You get to join forces with buddies and fight, take advantage of the secret house, and dispatch buddies to collect items or collect them on stands to gain special effects. Grow parameter increasing fruit, upgrade and customize your weapons, take on a variety of subquests, and enjoy plenty of content. This is $12.99. If you're into JRPGs, might be worth a look. Comes out on the 23rd. Now, also on the 23rd, this is behind the screen, 10% off. Again, I love when developers do this. Normally $9.99, on sale for $8.99. Very hand-drawn style graphics and animation here, as you can see. A little bit of John Carter inspired scenes there. Behind the scenes is a suspense puzzle. Behind the scenes, you guys get to see this live now when I flub. Behind the scenes is a suspense puzzle action game set in Taiwan of an age when the internet was still not common, tracing the life of a certain murderer, seeking the truth which has been bent and can no longer be distinguished. Why did the young man who got arrested as his father's murderer had such an ending? Looking back on his childhood, boyhood, and into the moments leading up to the incident, the player will face truth and conflict. The player will re-experience the murderer's life, solve several mysteries, and search for truth through the eyes of the murderer. There's several puzzles and action games according to the story, hidden elements within the stage as well, a story with the theme of fake news connected to current, also leading to Taiwan and history, nostalgic characters, and setting design that are reminiscent of 1970s Taiwan. This is a one-player action puzzle adventure game. Flood of Light, this is also on the 23rd. This is $4.99, 25 Nintendo eShop coins. And let's take a look through the stills that we have. Reminds me a little bit, animation style-wise, of Ghost 1.0, which we talked about a few weeks ago here in Switch It Up. And they're claiming it is a puzzle game with beautiful arts and wonderful music. You control a mysterious girl who arrives at a city that is completely flooded with water. That's in Italy somewhere, I thought. She only possesses the ability to control light. By using the girl's supernatural power, you can solve a variety of puzzles to gradually make the water recede and ultimately save the city. However, by doing so, the true purpose of the mysterious girl will also be slowly revealed to you. One-player action-adventure. Kind of wish that devs would start putting a little bit more effort into what they have here in the eShop. My Farm 2018 also comes out on the 23rd, 50 Nintendo eShop coins, and this is an amazing breeding simulation game.
It all began with this singular heritage, a small farm and a single hen.
Reminds me a whole lot of like Barnyard and some of the early like computer animated, the CGI cartoons.
Your hen will lay eggs.
I don't know, what do you guys think about this in the chat? It's a farm simulator, but very kiddie-orientated, I would say, very much geared at a younger crowd.
Then buy new animals, new buildings.
So, farm simulator meets Sim City, kind of, sort of, maybe? Why would you want to have a star-spangled goat? Just throwing that out there. And you'll start with just a hen, an empty field, and a few pennies. You have to feed your hen, take care of it, and improve its living conditions. There are 10 kinds of cartoon animals: hens, ducks, turkeys, rabbits, pigs, goats, sheep, cows, donkeys, and horses, but no orangutans. During the days and nights, take care of your animals, food, cleanliness, disease, etc. You can sell your farm to produce farm products excuse me, to win more money. Goals and events lead to a real adventure. Many farm improvements to unlock. Incredible bonuses to collect. One player in the simulation game. I think it's a little bit overpriced. I'd like to see it more at like $5, but that's just me. Again, looks like it's aimed at a younger sort of audience. Shio, this is also on the 23rd, 20% off. Normally $12.99, on sale for $10.39, and you do get 52 Nintendo eShop coins. Very interesting sort of animation style in there. The character sprite extremely small. I wish Nintendo would make more adult games. Brown chicken, brown cow. Well, you can get brown chicken, brown cow on my farm simulator that we just talked about. Everything turns to ash in the end. Shio is a challenging platformer game in which you deep and... Again, devs, you guys can see what's on screen, what I'm reading. Shio is a challenging platformer game in which you deep and moving story... No, in which it has a deep and moving story. By jumping from lantern to lantern, if you like challenge yourself, you will like Shio as well. One player... I'm sorry, for $10.39, it's not. Yes, it's not super expensive. It's not exactly the cheapest of the cheap. Put some effort into your copy here, guys. That's me. Hecky Zach, this is $8.99, 10% off. Also on the 23rd, normally $9.99. And let's check out the video. I know Digirati does a lot of other games that are pretty good. Oh, what is this that this reminds me of? Shoot, and I've got the demo on my Switch here. We'll look at it in just a second. 2-player mode, which is cool. You know, I like the fact that they do a lot of times provide unique gameplay options on the Switch for, you know, multi-platform releases. Well, that's kind of neat where it looks like torn paper out of a notebook. It reminds me just about a game designed around the Mario wall jump, really. I'm going to go out to my home screen so I can remember. Kid Trip, that's what I'm thinking of. We'll go back to the eShop here. So it looks like it's from the same developers as Kid Trip, which, if that's the case, that's a good thing. That's actually a really fun, challenging game. And that one is, as I mentioned, 10% off, normally $9.99, on sale for $8.99, and you do get 45 Nintendo eShop coins. The Low Squad, this comes out on the 23rd too, and this is $14.99. And very interesting graphic style. Let's see. You'll need to lie, blackmail, and steal your way down the low road. The Low Road is a point-and-click graphic adventure game in which rookie agent Naomi Kavokis must navigate her way through the world of corporate espionage in this dark spy comedy set in the 70s. Sporting a unique visual style inspired by a gouache paintings and a pulsating rock and roll score, The Low Road will captivate players through intricate puzzles, branching moral dilemmas, and a quirky cast of memorable characters. It has a digitally hand-painted 2D illustration style with 90s TV influences. Does that mean we're going to get Barney Miller and Fish references? Over 3,200 or 32,000 words of dark comedic dialogue, fully voiced from a cast of characters. Play from the perspective of two corporate espionage agents, emergence of traditional storytelling and engaging gameplay, an original score of swirling psychedelia and dusty Americana, nostalgic point-and-click style gameplay influenced by LucasArts and Sierra Classics, branching conversation puzzles that will challenge your deductive and intuitive abilities, and there's over 15 first-person puzzle sequences. One player, 4.5 gig, comes out on the 23rd. Now, this one here, John, you were talking about more adult games. This is the one for you. The 25th anniversary edition of Night Trap. And this is significant for a number of reasons. First of all, of course, it was available on the Sega CD. Second of all, Nintendo said this game would never, ever, 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 ever be on a Nintendo platform. And, well, now it is. The cool thing, too, is Limited Run Games is even coming out with a physical release of this if you would like to have a physical cartridge in a cartridge case versus downloading it digitally. Now, this is 10% off if you pre-order $13.49 versus $14.99, and you do get 68 Nintendo eShop coins, and I want to see how long the pre-order discount. Pre-order sale ends on the 24th, so up and through the day it is released. Now, the original one was developed in 1987 and released in 1992, like I mentioned on the Sega CD. Tells the story of 5 teenage girls spending the weekend at the Martin House as a member of the Special Control Attack Team, the SCAT, SCAT, ladies and gentlemen. Your job is to monitor the home and protect the girls using an intricate system of cameras and traps as it is being invaded by vampires. This 25th anniversary edition also includes new features such as deleted scenes, 2 documentaries, the all-new theater that allows you to watch all your story-related videos uninterrupted, a new mode called Survivor that will test your skill at trapping intruders, and behind-the-scenes productions images. For the first time ever, the unreleased prototype scene of the crime will be fully playable and included with the 25th anniversary edition. Again, if you want the physical release, Limited Run Games does have a physical release of this coming too. Make sure you check out their website for more information. Space Ribbon, this one is $14.99 and includes 75 Nintendo eShop coins, and looks like another fantasy racing game. It is the year 2132, and Earth's remaining resources have been mined to create Space Station, a reality TV racing platform set in the far reaches of the galaxy. Giant pandas and tigers spew illuminated ribbons and solid space junk from their mouths. Humans compete by racing on these platforms using beaten-up cars left strewn across the dystopian Earth of 2132. The hedonistic pastime has become the fastest-growing sport in the galaxy. You never race the same track twice. Intelligent track generation combined procedural AI with great track design. Navigate a twisting, turning, unpredictable racetrack as it appears ahead of you. Race with up to 4 players in split screen. There's 2 classes of cars, 4 in each class, each with different levels and strengths. You can level up your racer to unlock new and harder race modes. Unlock new cards and upgrades to improve engine, grip, and slipstreaming. And this is $14.99, coming out on the 24th. Little Dragon's Café is also coming out on the 24th. It is $59.99. No Nintendo eShop coins, but at $60, I gotta bet this one's getting a physical release too. This almost reminds me of a Harvest... No, not Harvest Moon. EA had their Playground series on the Wii. Reminds me of that kind of animation style. Little Dragon's Café opens with a twin brother and sister learning to cook and manage a small cafe with their mother. All was routine until one morning when the twins discover that their mother won't wake up. Suddenly, a strange old man appears and tells them that they must raise a dragon to save her. Working with 3 quirky cafe employees, the twins must wrangle a dragon and run the family business while finding a way to save their mother. Single-player RPG, $59.99. Earthworms comes out on the 24th. This is our final release this week, and this is $7.99. Let's check out the video. Looks like another point-and-click adventure out there. It's exactly what it is. Very kind of ominous music being played on this too. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. After I hit a button. It seems like there's a lot of these coming out for the Switch. Now, the thing that I'm curious we'll check out in the more info section in a moment is whether or not it's touchscreen compatible along with either the Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons. Wonder if this is the closest I'm going to get an Earthworm Jim game on the Switch for some time. This is an abstract point-and-click feature featuring Daniel White, the detective. The game was redesigned specifically for the Switch, so apart from many other changes, you can play any way you like. On touchscreen, that's good, with the Joy-Con and Pro Controller, and one-handed. Everything you need is found in a single Joy-Con. Explore and interact with 34 locations inspired by Edward Hopper's work, challenging local puzzles in addition to classy inventory interactions. It says as original and whimsical soundtrack, a single-player point-and-click adventure in Earthworms. And then next week we have Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate that comes out on the 28th. We have, is that Blade or Glade? Blade Strangers. This comes out on the 28th as well. Victor Uran Overkill Edition. De Blob 2 comes out on the 28th. The Messengers. Video Kid. There's a lot coming out. Let's see, anything really outstanding coming down the line. Well, Valkyrie Chronicles 4. It should be a lot of people should like that. Carnival Games. No, that's a port. That's going to be a port of a Wii game. Warframe is coming. That'll be pretty cool when that hits. Let's check this out real quick. Hey, Brian. That was, we'll go back to in a second. That was Earthworms we were looking at. Now this I don't think is coming out until November, so that's something to keep in mind. Warframe coming to the Switch. Now, for those of you looking for more, again, live, folks, looking for more live stream from me, shortly after this video is over, I think I'm actually going to live stream some Paladins for half an hour, 45 minutes or so. So what we'll do is we'll stop this stream and then make some minor changes and get the next one going. So that is TBD yet, seeing as it's coming after Carnival Games, which is showing the 6th of November. There is quite a ways to go before we get that. So, yep, we've got 15 new releases this week. I'd say the heaviest hitter this week has to be Night Trap. It's a cult classic, and for under $15 if you pre-order it, you know, it's a great way to save some money on it. Again, you can get the physical release if you want from limited run games too. Now, if you do have any comments or questions, if you're watching this after the fact, after the live stream is over, as always, make sure to leave them down below in the comments section. You can always go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at rocksolidstudios, Facebook, facebook.com/rocksolidproductions. Ooh, excuse me. And then you can always, sorry, that one kind of stank. Ooh. Live TV, folks, live TV. And then don't forget, you can always go ahead still until the end of August. Make sure you head on over. I'll have the information in a pinned comment where you can enter to win an NES Classic Edition as we are driving towards 5,000 subscribers. Or till the end of the month. We're going to hit the end of the month before we hit 5,000 subscribers. So still got a shot at 4,000, though, which is kind of cool. Let me know what you think after the fact. If you're not here on the stream, what you think of these new releases. What are your favorites? Let's pull the stream here if anyone's got some opinions as far as what their favorite release. I want to like Storm Raiders because I like World War II Warbirds, but the fact that the dev or whoever input the content in here called it World War I dogfights. That just, you can't do that, guys. You got to get it right. And then the All-Star Fruit Racing looks like a, kind of a cute, fun sort of casual go-kart, karting game with almost Fortnite-style characters. So that's going to do it for this week's edition of Switch It Up. Let me know what you think of the live format, too, down in the comments section if you are catching this after the fact. You get a more raw look at what's going on. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not so good. Oh, do me a favor, too. After the fact, I will have a link in the upper corner right up there. Check out Chit Chat Gaming. He just recently posted a video talking about characters that he'd like to see show up in Smash Ultimate, and I actually appeared in that video with him and a bunch of other YouTubers as well. So make sure to check that out after the fact. So I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions with this week's live episode of Switch It Up. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. For those of you in the chat right now, sit tight. In about 5-10 minutes, we're going to play some Paladins. Talk to you soon.